Now it's online. It's begin. Yeah.
Good morning and welcome back to Bowl TV for the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships from Samstown Bowling Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are kicking off qualifying for men's team. There'll be 3 games today, followed by 3 more tomorrow to determine who makes it to the medal round. The top 4 scores will advance. We're kicking off today's live stream with competitors from Argentina, Ukraine, Canada, and Wales. We're competing on the 41-foot Montreal pattern that these players saw in doubles And then for the 3 games tomorrow, we'll go back to the singles pattern, the 44-foot London pattern. So definitely some versatility needed here to get your team on top of the standings. And of course, the all-event standings and Masters, very important here as well. So all these games add up when it's all said and done. So we'll give you a rundown of the players and just kind of what's transpired so far at the tournament so far. But I am Aaron Smith with USBC Communications. Thanks for joining us all week here on Bowl TV for the World Bowling Senior Championships. But we're not done yet. Be here all day today, tomorrow, and Sunday. I'll finally wrap up with Masters competition. So still a lot to be determined. And a lot of bowling opportunities here online today. If you're not here with me watching the Senior Championships, please go give Lucas Wiseman a visit on Extra Frame at the PWBA Detroit Open. Lucas already has his cameras up and rolling, so talk about cool opportunity to watch bowling on both sides. Once again, 3 games today for the guys. We'll redress the lanes. Then the ladies will have their first 3 games of qualifying starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. local time here in Las Vegas. So that's kind of a rundown of everything. So once again, we'll get a little bit more information to you in a little bit, but everyone get comfortable, settle in as team qualifying kicks off here at Samstown. Thanks for tuning in. as we start to settle into game number 1 over on 33 and 34, both Wales and Canada getting off to pretty strong starts here. Canada on the men's side, a pair of close calls. In singles, we see John Chapman up there. Chapman took home the bronze medal. He's now got 4 in a row. His teammate Todd Sim, who will be up in a second on 34 after Fred Phillips bowls, ended up taking the silver medal, losing in the championship match to Australia's Andrew Frawley. And then yesterday, in one of the craziest finishes I have ever recalled seeing in a match, the doubles team of Chapman and Ray Vervink ended up losing in the gold medal match to Colombia. Nicolas Ruiz and Julio Soto, 429 to 428. So a single pin cost them the opportunity to possibly tie the match and take home the gold. So a pair of silver medals and a bronze for the Canadian contingent so far. You can check out the archive to the men's doubles medal round here on youtube.com/bowltv. As well as all the other rounds from the World Bowling Senior Championships. Singles and doubles already in the books for both the men and the women. And after tomorrow, we will know our medalists not only in team, but in all events as well. There is no medal round, so to speak, for the all events portion. It's just the qualifying games from singles, doubles, and team event. The players with the 3 highest scores will take gold, silver, and medal, and bronze. We'll also have the team medal rounds for both the men and the women, as Todd Sim gets the late hit on the 7. And also from the all event standings, we'll figure out who advances to Masters, both the men and the women. Top 24 overall scores make it to the next round. They'll bowl another 6 games after that. And the field will be cut to the top 8 for round robin, then the top 4 to the medal round. All right, we'll do our best to get through the players here on our feature pairs. Since team event, the pace does go a little bit slower. We've had 4 on a pair for singles and doubles. So now that we have 8, the games will take a little bit longer, but still should get through the games pretty briskly here. The Argentinian team is made up of Osvaldo Enrique Fabrizi, Jorge Mario Guarneri, Orlando Alfredo Isulino, and Roberto Tosto Valenzuela. For Ukraine, it's Alexei Azijus. That was probably not correct, but Alex is up on 31. He's joined by Sergei Diachuk, Yuri Grinik, and Fidir Mitsik. We already talked about the Canadian team a little bit, made up of John Chapman, Fred Phillips, Todd Sim, and Ray Vervink. And Wales, made up of Tony Barber, Graham Dalton, Dave Goodwin, and John Lamborn. We will have the ladies kickoff qualifying for team event later today after the guys finish up their 3 games. In women's singles, we had an all-Swedish final as Christina Nordenson defeated teammate Suzanne Olsen to take the gold. And then yesterday in doubles, the United States pairing of Lucy Sandlin and Paula Vidad outlasted Germany's Martina Beckel and Gisela Insinger 430 to 417 to take home the gold. For Vidad, possibly one of the best birthday presents ever, taking home the gold here at the World Bowling Senior Championships. For those of you just tuning in, this is the Montreal pattern from the WTBA library. 41 feet in length. We'll go back to London for the second block of team event. So that'll be tomorrow. While we have the information in front of us, we'll get a quick rundown of how everyone's looking for all events on the men's side. Canada's John Chapman, who has 5 strikes in a row. Currently leading through 12 games of qualifying for all events, 26-16, a 218 average. And a pair of Americans round out the top 3. Lenny Borsch, 23 pins behind at 25.93, and Ron Moore, 25.68. Australia's Sean Cummings and Andrew Frawley in 4th and 5th at 25.35 and 25.33. And then 2 more Canadians in 6th and 7th, Ray Vervink, 25.14, and Todd Sim, 24.99. So still 6 games to decide that. We'll have a much better idea through 3. But if you're curious on following a team that or player that may not be on our feature pairs behind lanes 31 through 34, please check out the live scoring application in the description area below the video. We have a link to that that will take you all across this 56-lane bowling center. There's also a link to the standings in the description. Or you can visit worldbowling.org and find your way to the Senior Championships page, the direct link, 2015 WSRC.worldbowling.org. There you can find the schedule, results, information, and much, much more. So please check that out when you get the opportunity. I'm Aaron Smith with USBC Communications, and we are halfway through game number 1. This is qualifying for the men's team event at the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. We appreciate everyone for joining us here on a Friday morning in Las Vegas. the 7th frame on 33 and 34. And John Chapman has already claimed a bronze medal in singles and a silver in doubles. Is sitting on the front 7. He's also leading the all events portion coming into team events, so talk about a great start to possibly secure that as well. Argentina and the Ukraine a little off the pace. Nice cover of the 4.57 by Fred Phillips. Dave Goodwin gets the double for Wales. They've had a few opens along the way, but still doing all right. But the Canadian team really getting out to a strong start here. Todd Sim getting ready to step up on 33, has yet to strike on that lane. He's had no problem with 34. Goes high, leaves the 6-10. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us here on Bowl TV. If you're looking for even more bowling action today, be sure to visit my colleague Lucas Wiseman on Extra Frame on Bowl TV for the PWBA Detroit Open, which is going on as we speak as well. Top female players in the world competing for a $10,000 first prize, so Lucas will have wire-to-wire coverage of that event. So hopefully you're keeping one of us company today. Great shot by Vervink after the split in the 6th frame. 7-9 stood up there for a second, but still the 7-pin standing. That ball had some force behind it. No problem on the spare for Ray. Now back to Chapman. Lane 34, looking for 8 in a row. Perfect. All right, maybe some early morning excitement here in game number 1. John Chapman taking care of business here on Bowl TV. Just don't go too far. Wrapping up to be an exciting 9th and 10th frame. Great way to kick off today's broadcast. Perfect 8th frame for Canada. Nice shot there by Graham Dalton, but rings the 10 for Wales. Dalton takes care of the single pin. Now back to the John Chapman show. He has started qualifying for team event with 8 consecutive strikes. He'll be stepping up on lane 33 in just a moment. As Osvaldo takes care of the 3-7 or 3-9-10. Nice cover by the Argentinian. All right, Chapman. 9th frame, playing a fairly direct line to the pocket. Dead flush, 9 in a row. All right, some drama here early in game 1. John Chapman already has claimed 2 medals in 2 events, so he's 2 for 2 in medaling here at the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. Now he's looking for a little bit of history. For today's 3 games of qualifying, competitors are bowling on the 41-foot Montreal pattern from the WTBA library. It's also what they competed on in doubles. So they've seen this pattern already here at Sam's Town. They kind of know the tendencies. We haven't seen this many bowlers on a pair though, so that's the big difference. It's only been 4 to a pair through singles and doubles, so now 8 on a pair. Definitely going to break down differently in transition, but they did get to see this pattern. And then tomorrow, it will be the 44-foot London pattern that was featured in singles competition. Todd Sim covers up the single pin, but I think he's happy he doesn't have to bowl on 33 anymore today. Has not missed on the right lane, but the left lane has not cooperated. Gotta get some breaks along the way too. Vervink crosses over for the double. Makes up for that rough break he had on that lane in the 7th. Nearly left the 7-9, but came back. With the big hit in the 9th. So Graham Dalton finishes up his 9th frame strike. All eyes on John Chapman, folks. This is what you tune in to Bowl TV for. Certainly not for the soothing sounds of my voice, but for moments like this. Canada's John Chapman will be stepping up on lane 34, working on 9 consecutive strikes here in game number 1 of team event qualifying at the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. He's a little, he's waiting patiently, slightly off screen. You can see him holding his ball there from our vantage point with the cameras. He's now lined up on the approach. Off screen, he'll be coming into the shot in just a second. There he goes, 10th frame, John Chapman. Gets to the pocket, but not enough steam to get the 10 out. Great run to kick off team event for Chapman. Still get to 279 though, so certainly a big boost as the leadoff bowler for the Canadian team. No problem on the spare. Once again, he was our all events leader through singles and doubles. So it's going to be tough to fall too much in the standings with a game like that. 270s. All right, 277, John Chapman. Fantastic start here to lead the Canadian team. Teams will move pairs after every game, so as soon as the 10th frame finishes up, everyone's going to head off to their next respective pairs. So we'll have some new teams joining us. For game 2. We can go ahead and look those up for everyone. So while we have a second here in the 10th frame. Let's see, lane 32 will feature Colombia, including our gold medal winners in doubles, Nicolas Ruiz and Julio Soto. They'll be on lane 32. Nice cover by Goodwin in the 10th, taking care of the 5-7. On 33 will be the Czech Republic. On 34 will be New Zealand. And on 31, Romania. The United States team of Johnny Petraglia, Bob Learn Jr., Lenny Borsch Jr., and Ron Moore will be on Bowl TV for Game 3. Once again, just 3 games of qualifying getting done today for both the men and the women, and then we'll be back to get the last 3 games and determine who advances to the medal round 4 team event for both the guys and the gals. Fred Phillips finishes up with 191 for Canada. They're already in the plus for team event scores, or team games of 800 or better, get you on the right side of the 200 average. So the Canadian team in great shape here. We'll get a look at the scores once everyone finishes up game 1. Just gotta feel this is a pretty big effort out of the gates. We can still get to 9:32 if Sim and Vervink were able to strike out. Todd gets the first one. I think Todd would stay on lane 34 all day if we would allow him, but unfortunately that's not how it works for Mr. Sim. Tony Barber crosses over, gets the Brooklyn for a double. He's going to be in the 220s. All 3 in the 10th for Todd Sim. So that 9:32 still out there for Canada. All right, we have a 640 total for the Ukraine. So they'll have some work to do. They want to get themselves in position for the medal round. Argentina's going to have a few more pins than them to kick off today, but in a similar position. Roberto Valenzuela takes care of the single pin, so he'll get one more shot. Dalton finishes up with 188 to give Wales 759. Roberto gets the strike, 671 for Argentina. So Canada's going to average more than 225 as a team to kick off today's competition here on Bowl TV. Verbeek finishes up 232 for a 9-10 finish for Canada. John Chapman leading the way. Front nines had the front nine before a 10-pin on his second shot, or on his first shot of the 10th. Derailed his run, but 277 to lead the way. So that's going to conclude game one here on our feature pairs. So bowlers already moving around, a few folks already on our pairs. So don't go too far. Game two will be starting in just a moment for men's team qualifying at the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. Nice cover in the second frame. From Colombia's Nestor Barantes. We're joined in game 2 by Romania and Colombia on lanes 31 and 32, along with the Czech Republic and New Zealand. On 33 and 34. Stepping up on 32, Nicolas Ruiz, one half of your gold-winning doubles team. Delivers a strike there. You would expect that him and Julio Soto would be pretty good on this Montreal pattern since they took home the gold on it just yesterday. Ruiz kicked off the 10th with 3 strikes. Had to make an adjustment, did so, and delivered, so the deficit was only 3 pins. As Soto and the Canadian anchor Ray Vervink stepped up. It's a little different here than what you might be used to seeing on like a PBA telecast where someone will finish the 10th frame. They'll actually bowl one shot at a time. So Soto went up first, delivered a strike. Vervink working on a few strikes in a row. Matched. Soto, who's stepping up right now on 32, got his second shot right off his hand. Didn't get back to the head pin, left the 1-5-8-9. Pretty unusual combination. Vervink then was in the position to deliver a shot with 9 or better to give Canada the gold. Went through the nose, left the 3-9-10. Meaning that if both players converted the way the math worked out, we would have a tie match at 429 to 429. Soto went up first, spared the 1-5-8-9. Vervink was unable to cover all 3 on the 3-9-10, just got the 9-10. Ball did not hook soon enough to nick the 3, so Colombia recorded the 1-pin victory. If you want to see it unfold in video form, be sure to visit the archive here on youtube.com/bowltv. If you missed any rounds along the way, you can find them there. So once again, the Colombian team joining us on 31 and 32. Nestor Barantes, Jose Gomez, Nicolas Ruiz, and Julio Soto. They're joined by Romania. Looks like they actually have a player who's not listed on our program, so they must have had a late substitution. Ian Ioncia stepping up on 32 right now. He's joined by Florian Mihailescu and Marcel Tarasi. We'll have to wait to see who their anchor bowler is. our team from New Zealand. Hamish McGregor, excuse me. Terry Mushin, Gregorio Nicolas, and Roger Tucker. For the Czech Republic. Looks like they also had a substitution, but Ivan Burian. Miroslav Krestin is up right now. Yuri Stulik. As soon as the name pops up for their fourth player, we'll mention them too. We are in game 2 of 3 for our first round of qualifying for the men's team event. The ladies will be up shortly after, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern to local time. Fourth bowler for Romania, Cornelu Antimerescu. And for the Czech Republic, getting ready to step up on 33, working on a double. Frontisik Brooks. So that's who's joining us for game 2 at the World Bowling Senior Championships live on Bowl TV. I am Aaron Smith with USBC Communications, bringing you wire-to-wire coverage of the 2015 event, bringing together more than 200 players from 33 different countries to Las Vegas for this event. It's the second running. The first was in 2013, also held here in Las Vegas. The defending champions on both the men's and women's side are Sweden. All right, scores are also up online after game 1. We got to see Canada last game, and they are on top of the standings with a total of 9-10. Saw John Chapman record the first 9 strikes in a row, finished with 277, sitting in second. Puerto Rico with 841. Australia in third, 838. Finland fourth, 833. England fifth, 830. Russia in sixth, 821. New Zealand, 813. So 7 teams plus. United States in 8th, 783. Romania at 767 and Wales at 759 round out the top 10. Game 2 rolling right along here in men's qualifying at the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. We'll just have a 3-game block today on the 41-foot Montreal pattern. We'll have 3 more games of qualifying for both the men and the women in team event tomorrow. That'll be contested on the 44-foot London pattern, so some versatility across the board here will be needed. For Columbia, a little reminiscent of what we saw yesterday in their matches. They ended up squeaking into the medal round by a single pin at plus 47 to draw top-seeded United States, a Hall of Fame pairing of Lenny Borsch Jr. and Johnny Petraglia. And the Colombians just kept filling frames. They didn't throw a ton of strikes. Threw a double or two down the line when it was time to put away the match, and the U.S. just had too many miscues. Same thing in the finals. Columbia just didn't have too many mistakes and took advantage, and of course the dramatic finish at the end to win by 1 pin over Canada for the gold, the team of Ruiz and Soto. They struggled a little bit in game number 1, though, sitting in 19th with a 690. Have a total of 25 teams competing on the men's side. Through 1, Canada ahead with 9-10. If you'd like to keep an eye on them or anyone else, be sure to visit the live scoring app in the description area below the video. And you can see how they're doing. New Zealand looking all right so far here in game 2. Total of 4 opens. And at least 1 flag that we know of. New Zealand was in 7th at 813. Romania was in 9th at 767. We just mentioned Colombia down in 19th. And the Czech Republic in 21st after 1 game. The 2015 event consists of singles, doubles, team, all events, and masters. Singles and doubles already in the books for both the men and the women. And we will also know our medalists in all events once qualifying with team event is completed. The 6 games of qualifying from singles, doubles, and team event for a total of 18 games will determine who gets the gold, silver, and bronze for all events. The top 24 in all events after qualifying is complete in the team event will also advance to the Masters portion of the tournament. So you gotta be in the top 24 for bonus bowling. On Sunday, will consist of 6 more qualifying games before the field is cut from 24 down to 8, followed by round robin. After that, the top 4 will advance to the medal round. Those matches for the men and the women will actually be going on at the same time. So we'll see how that works out with the lane assignments, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. I know we'll have the championship matches going at the same time on 31 and 32 and 33 and 34, so you may have to do some finagling with the cameras. If you've watched some of the medal rounds, we've had a semifinal match on 33 and 34, along with 29 and 30, with the title match going on 31 and 32. There are some pillars kind of obstructing our view to the pairs outside 31 through 34, so it makes it a little tough to get the full vantage point. We may have to borrow a few of the tables provided by Samstown to get the best angle for that. Staff here has been very accommodating. It's been a good host. Big thanks to Mike Kaufman and his crew for hosting a great event here, along with the World Bowling Organization President Kevin Dornberg. He's been on site all week, checking out the action. Martin Faba has been the tournament director. John Lacido has been helping out a ton, so big thanks to everyone involved. Can't forget Joan Romeo, who put together the program book and does so much to help out the sport. So this couldn't be done with without the help of a lot of great people, and we all support everyone who's tuned in at some point throughout the week, checking out these top players over 50 years of age from all over the world. Very cool to see. So thanks for enjoying the opportunity with us here on Bowl TV. I'm Aaron Smith with USBC Communications. Wrapping up in game number 2 of men's qualifying. We'll have one more after this before we shut the cameras off for a little bit and re-oil for the women's squad. They'll start at 2 p.m. local time, 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on Bowl TV. All right, I stepped away from the booth for a second, and in my travels walking around the concourse, saw that Canada was over on our end pair on 25 and 26. A few more struggles this game compared to what we saw in the opener. John Chapman still rolling. So they're in the 7th frame. A few opens along the way as well for the Canadians. So we'll see if their score is able to hold on the way it did in game 1. Already in the 10th frame on our feature pairs, so they're a few frames behind. All right, and for game 3, we'll see who's going to be joining us. We already mentioned the United States will be on 33. They'll be joined by Brazil on 34. Finland will be making their way to lanes 31 and 32. As will Russia. So Russia, Finland, Brazil, and the United States will be here for game 3. A nice 236 by Hamish McGregor. Actually got a chance to talk to him a little bit before while I was setting up the live stream gear today. Telling me a little bit about New Zealand, so that was a pretty cool opportunity to find out a little bit more about their neck of the woods. It's my first international event. It's been a pretty unique experience. Kind of getting to take it all in, and definitely wouldn't trade it for the world. New Zealand's going to be right around plus again. They were at 813 after 1. They will add on to their plus total a little bit here in game 2, so still a little interesting with the scoring pace here for 6 games, because for one, this is the most players we've seen on a pair throughout the week. It's only been 4 on a pair for the most part. Sometimes even less for singles and doubles. Team event with 8, so it's going to break down a little bit differently, and then using 2 patterns each day will also play into effect. Some teams may be better on the long pattern. Some teams may enjoy this 41-foot medium pattern a little bit more. Definitely tough to tell. Got to be consistent on both to make your way into the medal round. Yuri Stulik gets the first strike in the 10th. He can still get to 193 for the Czech Republic. New Zealand can still get to 827 with a strike on the fill ball from Terry Muschin. Double for Stulik in the books. Get Czech Republic to 731. All right, 824, the official number. 2 steady games from New Zealand out of the books gets them to 1637 for 2 games, so plus 37. Czech Republic a little bit behind at 1402. Nicolas Ruiz of Colombia, one half of the gold doubles champion here at the World Bowling Senior Championships. Finish up with 224. All right, 33 and 34 is down for the time being as they wait for their next group of competitors, including the United States team of Johnny Petraglia, Bob Learn Jr., Lenny Borsch Jr., and Ron Moore. Some folks from the Czech Republic saying hello to the folks tuning in, so definitely been a fun event to cover. A lot of friendly folks along the way that we've gotten to meet and chat with. So So I guess the sport of bowling has no boundaries, bringing everyone together. So definitely cool. Romania is in the books with 669 for game 2. That'll put them at 1436. Colombia finishes up with 746. So both them and Romania at 1436 through 2. And that will do it for our feature pairs here for game 2. Game 3 is going to be coming up next. So don't go too far from Bowl TV. Final game of qualifying for round number 1 will be underway in just a moment. After we finish game 3, we will head off to, we'll shut the cameras off for a little bit, put them back on for women's team qualifying starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. local time. So be sure to join us for that as well. But as we wait for game 3 to start, just a big thanks again for joining us here at the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. I'm Aaron Smith with USBC Communications. Thanks for stopping by today. Game 3 coming up next. Okay, we're going to get underway on lanes 33 and 34 here in Game 3 of men's team qualifying. Hall of Famer Johnny Petraglia kicks it off the right way for the United States, but look like they're struggling a little bit. 15-12. Their total score after 2 games. So they are on the wrong side of plus, minus 88. Brazil coming in at 15.72. They're minus 28. Still waiting for one more competitor to get to 31-32. We have Finland already here. They're awaiting the group that's going to join them as soon as they get here. Yesterday we saw Bob Learn Jr. having some wrist issues, and appears to still be the case. He's firing the high hard one. He and Ron Moore ended up just 15 pins shy of making the medal round in doubles yesterday. Lenny Borsch and Petraglia were the top qualifiers for doubles. They ended up falling to eventual champion Nicolas Ruiz and Julio Soto of Colombia in the first semifinal match. The team from Brazil that is joining them is Luiz Afonso Braga, Eugenio Carvalho, Jamil Salas, and Marcio Vieira. All right, looks like Russia is actually going to be joining Finland on 31 and 32. All right, here is Ron Moore, the only returning player on the men's side from the inaugural World Bowling Senior Championships. 2013, Moore captured silver in singles, gold in doubles with Hugh Miller as he records the strike to kick off Game 3. The team won silver, and Moore also took gold in all events. Added a bronze later in the Masters portion of the tournament. Underway on 31 and 32 now with Finland and Russia. team from Finland includes Jari Altonen, Arturo Lehtovirta, Kari Murtamaki, and Mika Oksanen. For Russia, Oleg Kozyrev, Vladimir Podorochin, Yuri Sizov, and Sergei Valashchenko. We are in game 3 of 3 for this round of qualifying. The ladies will hit the lanes approximately at 2 p.m. local time here in Las Vegas, 5 p.m. Eastern. For their 3-game block. That will be it today. So one of the shorter days here for not only the live stream cameras, but for the competitors as well. After a long day of doubles competition yesterday, team event will resume tomorrow morning. And by the time we're all said and done tomorrow, we will know our all events medalists as well as our team champions. Question in the chat, how do the bowlers on the USA team get picked? They're actually selected from the National Selection Committee. Only requirement, you had to be at least 50 or older as of a particular date to compete at this year's event. Also looks like we have scores through 2 games. Australia moves into the lead with a big 930 in game 2, led by a pair of 279 games, Sean Cummings and Warren Stewart. Cummings, who teamed up with Robert Chinner to advance to the medal round of doubles yesterday, where they took home the bronze. He's both games at 243 and 279 so far, so he's averaging 261 for the block. Canada dropped to second after 769 in game 2 with 1679, so pretty big gap there between first and second here early on. And third, Sweden, 1652. Rounding out the medal round, if it was done after 2, would have been Germany at 1651. We're watching Russia on 31 and 32. They're sitting in 5th at 1644. New Zealand, who we just saw in 6th, 1637. Israel in 7th, 1616. England 8th, 1613. Brazil, who we are also watching in 9th, 1572. And Finland over on 31-2 at 1570. U.S. team at 1512. They're in 12th place. Currently find themselves at 256 pins out of the top spot. Ron Moore, the most consistent of the Americans so far. Games at 202 and 223. But the U.S. had 729 after a 783 start. If you're curious for taking a look at the standings yourself, be sure to scroll down and look in the description area below the video. There's a link for the standings as well as a link for live scoring in case you have a favorite player or country you'd like to follow throughout the event. You can do so if they're not on our feature pairs. And of course, worldbowling.org will have all your information about the tournament. The direct link, 2015 WSRC.worldbowling.org. Moore unable to convert the 2-4-10. So the U.S. team, a few opens here in the early going. Not been able to figure out this 41-foot Montreal pattern so far today. Some struggles. Find themselves in 12th. Maybe a hit like that will take the momentum in the right direction. Petraglia getting them to all fall down. All right, Learn converts the 5-8-10. Once again, for those of you who missed the telecast yesterday during the B squad round of qualifying, Learn is fighting a wrist injury. I guess he had surgery sometime last year, and it just has not been cooperating with him this week. So Bob Learn not at 100%. But trying to do his best to help his teammates out here. The Russian team off to a pretty solid start here in game number 3. Just one open so far, along with a few doubles. So they're looking to put themselves in good position for tomorrow. Already around the number for the top 4. They were sitting in 5th as we enter this game. Australia out to the big lead early on. Nearly 90 pins ahead of the rest of the field after 2. Eight teams plus. And that 4th number through 2, 1651, belonging to Germany. So as a team, they're averaging just a tad over 206. All right, double for Petraglia after the open. We know he likes this 41-foot pattern. Had a great day in qualifying, along with Lenny Borsch, as they led the field by a substantial margin. Ended up taking home the bronze medal in doubles. But Petraglia went on a run where he shot 290, I believe in game 4 of the qualifying block, and then he came to our feature pair, actually started off with the front 7, so the timeless legend, a nice little 18 bagger in the middle of his day. Didn't have to shoot as spare for a while. This Russian team looks locked in. Nice shot from Braga for the double for Brazil. Kozyrev for the double for Russia. Looking to make it 2 for 2 for perfect frames in the third and fourth. Triglia covers the 247 to kick off the fifth frame. The U.S. team still trying to get the wheels going here. As you mentioned, Bob Learn not at 100%. So he's been firing the high hard one the past 2 days. Nearly was enough to get him and Ron Moore into doubles, or into the middle round in doubles yesterday. Finishing just 15 pins shy of advancing. So that's why we're not seeing the usual big hook that Bob is well known for. Spare shooting has been pretty sharp for Bob, though. As he has been able to leave a lot of makeable stuff employing this tactic. Every once in a while you get the stranger hits like we saw back in the third when he left at 5-8-10. Russia is rolling. Belishchenko makes it 4 in a row. Lenny Borsch gets his first strike since frame number 1. Still a lot of bowling left to be done here in the men's team competition at the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. But you certainly don't want to put yourself in a position where you need a humongous day come tomorrow. We're bowling on a different pattern tomorrow as well. The 44-foot London pattern will be featured. We're on the 41-foot Montreal today. Once again, just the 3 games of qualifying for both the men and the women will be it today. Moore with the break. I'm sure he will cash in that double accordingly. Women's competition set to kick off at 2 p.m. local time, so a little bit more than an hour away. So they'll re-oil the lanes for the ladies. We'll be ready for 3 more games. Looking at the live scoring, Australia's Sean Cummings has slowed his scoring pace down a little bit after a big start here today. Australia held a pretty sizable lead over the field going into this final game. We're up about 90 over everyone else. As Learn gets the hit in frame number 6. Double for Letty Borsch. We'll see now if Ron Moore can take advantage of nice hit he had in frame number 5, make it a perfect 6th frame for the United States. Oleg Kozyrev getting ready to step up on 31, working on 3 in a row for Russia. And then Sergei Valishchenko leading the way for the Russians. And he gets the mixer. Moore gets the late hit on the 8-pin, and you can hear the crowd go wild. Been good crowds throughout the week here at Samstown Bowling Center for the World Bowling Senior Championships. As well as some good crowds online. So we appreciate everyone taking some time out and joining us here this week. I am Aaron Smith with USBC Communications. We've had a good time here on Bowl TV. Crowned some champions already in singles and doubles for both the men and the women. Valishchenko makes it a 5 in a row for Russia. From talking to a few of the players throughout the week, team event, definitely the one you want to win. Take a medal back home. Definitely something echoed by Lucy Sandlin. So we talked to her yesterday after she teamed up with Paula Vidal to capture the gold in women's doubles. She said that team event is the one they always look forward to the most. Get to rely on your teammates, get to feed off each other's momentum. You get to share in the success as well. Although I'm sure Lucy said it much better than I did right there. Hopefully the point did come across. All right, 7th frame underway for the U.S. Petraglia trips the 6. Definitely want to end today on a good note. And carry that steam ahead to the final 3 games tomorrow. Here's Learn. Make it a double. Right now we could tell Bob he was bowling in the parking lot. He would be all right. Once again, if you're just tuning in, Bob Learn not at 100% fighting a wrist injury. For the United States, and this is how he is able to get through these games and help his teammates along. Buddy Borsch gives the U.S. a team 9-bagger. Moore will look to make it 4 in a row for him, and back-to-back perfect frames for the U.S. Brazil with just 1 double so far through 7 frames, along with a few opens, so they're falling off the pace that they were at. They're a few spots ahead of the U.S. coming into game number 3. It's the Sergei Balaschenko show on 31 and 2, though. 6 in a row, leading the way for Russia. Back-to-back perfect frames for the United States. They were in 12th coming into this game, so looking to put themselves in better position going into tomorrow. Australia kind of falling off pace a little bit here in game 3, looking at the live scoring. But they can still get to 854 with a big 10th frame. We'll be getting underway in just a moment. runner-ups as Petraglia makes it 3 in a row. So the U.S. now looking for the Team Verapapa 300. I'm not even sure if that's the thing. I may have just made that up. But Learn could give them 12 strikes in a row as a foursome. Bob leaves the 4-pin, so the U.S.'s run of strikes ends at 11 as a team, but the momentum definitely in their favor right now to finish this out strong. Kozarev for Russia back on the strike train after he missed in the 7th. He's got a good game going. 258 still out there as Sergey gets ready to step up on 31. He's been rolling. Nearly a 410 for Lenny Borsch Jr. 10 kicked out though, so a much simpler 4-pin conversion left for the Kenosha, Wisconsin native. Velishchenko, 7 in a row. Vladimir cooling him off a little bit there. Good stuff. These guys are having a good time. Obviously the medals are still there, but you got to enjoy it too while you're here. We've seen a lot of the players interacting, having a good time, really enjoying the chance to compete on the world stage. Nice shot by Murtamaki for 3 in a row for Finland. Ron Moore now looking for 5 strikes in a row. Gets it. There's the emotion from the 2-time PBA 50 Player of the Year. Ron was also in the mix for all events coming into today's first 3 games of team event. Was holding on to one of the top 3 spots along with Lenny Borsch. Moore is the defending all events champion at this tournament on the men's side. Looks like 8:28 still out there for Australia according to the live scoring. They've had some pretty excited crowds following them around this tournament, as we saw when Andrew Frawley won the gold in singles. That one's going to have to hustle back. But no washout for Traglia. Loses a little bit of count, working on a few strikes in a row. No problem on the spare though, as the foundation frame is underway here in our final game of men's team qualifying. We will take a short break after we finish up here. Lanes will get re-oiled for the ladies. They'll have their first 3 games of team event. So only 2 events today on Bowl TV. So we had a little bit longer day yesterday, a little bit shorter today. So we'll be back on the air tomorrow. And by then, when the day is all said and done, we will know not only our team champions, but our all events champions. So plenty still left to be determined at the World Bowling Senior Championships for 2015. We're at Samstown Bowling Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. Pretty good comment in the chat. I think Bob Learn Jr. would be pretty ready for the Peterson. Deploying this tactic. Pearson Classic going on in the Chicagoland area, featuring some of the toughest conditions you could ever face. A very unique tournament. Something if you never got the chance to check out, definitely worth adding to the bucket list. But he is fighting through here. Still get to 204 this game. Ron Moore looking to make it 6 in a row, 9th frame. Dead flush. This is the only returning player on the men's side. You can tell that he wants to make up for that silver medal performance in 2013. Making great shots along the way. Sergey doing the same. He's a machine. Velishchenko 8 in a row. Taking care of business here. In game number 3, can still shoot 290. Sergey put up games of 220 or 200 on the nose and 235 to start. Hoping to add a 290 to that. Zizov adds a strike to the 9th frame for Russia. Petraglia already in the books with a strike in the 10th. Doesn't get the 10 to fall. With the conversion, the U.S.'s max score would be 900 on the nose. That will get them back to plus. They were 88 under heading into this game. .212 for Petraglia. I think there's only one other pair outside of our feature pairs going right now. Maybe 2. I think everyone's in the 10th frame, so we're all mostly wrapping up at the same time. Just a reminder, scheduled to begin in about 45 minutes is the women's qualifying block for our team event. They'll re-oil the lanes and the ladies will get ready as Lauren gets the hit. So don't go too far away from Bowl TV because we'll be right back for women's competition. Just a reminder, folks, this is a family show. So such comments are frowned upon. So that's the last we'll be hearing from you. Learn can get to 194. The U.S. definitely going to move up a spot or two with this performance, including past Brazil, who struggled for the most part this game. Russia being led by Kozyrev and Valischenko. Oleg getting ready to step up for his first shot in the 10th on 31. But the 3-6-7-10. Leave him a tough spare to make in the 10th. Porsche comes in light, leaves the 2 pin. Still get to 215. Kozyrev gets 3 of them to finish at 213. Was hoping for a lot more, however. Now Lenny gets the 2 pin to fall to finish at 215. Setting it up for Ron Moore. Stepping up first on 31 is going to be Sergei Valischenko. Working on 8 consecutive strikes after a spare in the first. Looking to make it 9 in a row. Gets it. Great game. See if he can finish it off the right way. That puts him in the 270s at least if he doesn't strike here. Moore delivers first shot of the 10th. Still has 258 available. Looks like Moore's going to head up for a second shot next. Goes to the nose, but definitely better there than on the first shot. It's going to be in the 240s. American team will get into the 860s. So they're going to be much closer to plus after this. Probably move up a few spots. To get a full look at the standings, please visit worldbowling.org, the tournament specific page, 2015 WSRC.worldbowling.org for the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. That's what we're broadcasting today on Bowl TV. This is the end of team qualifying for the men. The ladies scheduled to start in about 35 minutes. Make it 10 in a row, Sergey Valashchenko. Moore takes the 2 for 244. U.S. finishes with 865. Brazil 671. So the U.S. team 2377 overall, minus 23. Brazil falls to 2243. So they have a few more shots here. Finland in the books at 723. They're at 2293 overall. As Sergey looks to cap off at 290. A 725 set for these 3 games. The shot for 11 in a row. Gets it. Sergey Valashchenko of Russia, 290. Great performance. It's a well-deserved round of applause from competitors and spectators alike. Great game. Yuri Sizov will finish up here, his 10th frame, and then that will do it for our block here today. Yuri gets the hit. Maybe not the way he intended on it happening, but takes care of business. Can still get to 191. There's the double in the 10th. Russia can get to 865 for the game. With one more strike, that will put them at 2509. For their 3-game total. That shot gets a little right, but I think he'll take 8 out of that shot. So 863 for Russia. They're at 2507. So that's going to conclude block number 1 of men's qualifying for team event at the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us. We'll be back shortly, approximately 2 p.m. local time, 5 p.m. Eastern, for women's team qualifying, first 3 games. So don't get too far away from Bowl TV, about a half hour away. I think we're scheduled to be starting. So thanks again, everyone, for joining in. I am Aaron Smith with USBC Communications, and we'll be back shortly. Thanks for stopping by.